Hi everyone, and welcome to week 7 already. I hope you all have been able to enjoy some of the nice warm weather we're having. So I'm going to go over some important things that are going on this week. This is a kind of a crucial week because we're really transitioning from our reading of digital minimalism into your extended inquiry project. You're really getting started on that this week. So that project with the Extended Inquiry Project Reader's Guide takes up basically the rest of the semester. So I just want to emphasize that with inquiry-based research, which is what we are doing, one of our goals is to really slow the research process down so that you are not doing all of your research at once. Instead, you are doing a little bit at a time. And most students really appreciate this as they start to get into the rhythm next week of posting 1 or 2 sources per research log, which we will start next week. So again, I just want to emphasize you are doing a little bit of research at a time so that you are able to immerse yourself in your topic more and let your interest and curiosity guide your research as you go. Okay, so for week 7, as you can see, we have a talk back. So that is due on Tuesday. And then you also have your guiding question infographic due on Tuesday. So I'm not going to go into great detail about this because we went over it last week. Hopefully you have a clear idea of what you're doing. Remember, read over the assignment several times. If you haven't watched this video, please do that. That will help you with your assignment. And remember that when you turn in your submission, you're turning it in 2 ways. So first, you want to have it in your group, your writing team's Google folder. Okay, so you should have gotten an invitation to that last week. If you haven't, go back through your email and look for an invitation to a Google folder. You're also going to download it as a JPEG and submit it to this assignment. You need to do both to get credit for the assignment. So what I'm going to show you is just how you would, how I suggest you add this to your Google folder. And it's to not, I suggest that you start the infographic in your Google folder. So I've just pulled up a sample Google folder here. No one has put anything in it yet. What I would suggest that you do is you open up the Google folder and then you go to New. And to find the Google Drawings, you go down to More and Google Drawings. Okay, so then say Create and Shared folder, Create and Share. So this is going to be available to the other people in your group. And then what you would name, you would put your name and the infographic. So Pratt infographic. Okay, so then the rest of your group will be able to see whose is whose. Okay, and there'll be some links also in the overview announcement that I send out about a little tutorial about how to use the Google Drawings. Okay, so again, very important that you're submitting that both ways. And then on Tuesday, you're not turning anything in for this, but I want you to look over the midterm self-assessment and post any questions to the Ask the Professor forum. We have to turn in unsatisfactory midterm grades by Friday, so there's an explanation of that there. Okay, so that's for Tuesday. And then on Thursday, you're going to do peer responses to your writing team's guiding question infographic. So thinking about what you did and what you learned about peer response in the studio that you did, you want to apply that to how you respond to your peers. So as you can see here, you want to review each group member's infographic and post a response below with your feedback. You want to make the title of your post clear that it's whose group member, who you're reviewing, and you should have a separate post for each group member. So if there are 3 other group members that have submitted their infographic, then you're going to hit reply, 3 separate times to do to answer these questions. All right. If somebody doesn't submit something from your group, there's nothing that you can do about that, and you won't be penalized for that. Okay, so remember, you're doing separate post here for each group member's infographic. Okay, and then also on Thursday, this is crucial that you follow these instructions carefully. So this is going to create the skeleton, the format of your research log, which you will be using for the next several weeks. So this is where all of your research is going to be cataloged. It's really important that for this week that you get this set up exactly according to the instructions. It's much easier to do that now than to go back and fix it later. So this should be easy to do if you're just following step by step each instructions in the Google Doc that you set up. Once again, go to your group folder, do this in the folder instead of trying to move it later. Sometimes we have trouble moving stuff, it's easier for everybody if you just start the new document in your Google folder. All right. So that will get that set up, and then next week we will start adding actual research on your topic to that. Okay, and then the final thing on Thursday is you have a midterm self-assessment. Okay, so this is really to get a kind of feel for what you've done so far, what's been working for you, and there's several questions here, and as I have in the note here, you don't have to, give a really extensive response to each one. Which are the ones that seem to matter the most to you, and write more about those that seem to apply to your situation more. Okay, and then finally this week on Sunday we have another studio, which will be getting you ready for the research logs. So an important part of your research logs will be summarizing the sources that you find. So please, and you'll need to do it according to the specific summarizing instructions and the way you learn how to do it in this studio. So please pay close attention to this, because you're going to be repeating this type of summary process over and over again as you add to your research logs. Okay, so any questions, again, please post them to Ask the Professor, and I look forward to seeing what you all come up with for your topics for the infographic. All right, see you guys later.